All right, all right, all right. Let's do this. So we're gonna start off with our top pair of the week here. Do it. Euro AUD. As we said last week, we've expected the retest and the pullback back into this zone after this double top formation. So our weekly is still currently bullish, as you can see. Higher high, higher low. Our daily is currently bearish. Higher low, lower low. Retested that neckline off that double top formation here, as you can see. EMA rejection off the daily EMA and our weekly area of interest. We caught this trade 2 weeks ago. And then we predicted last week for it to come back up, or retest again, and have the dump. We did miss the entry on this trade last week. Now we're waiting to see, are we going to break below our weekly zone here and continue to push? We have a head and shoulders formation on the 4-hour with a 4-hour EMA neckline retest. If you need me to point it out, here's your head and shoulders. There's a neckline. Here's your break. Here is your retest, 4-hour neckline EMA retest. So we're going to wait for it to break, as it's already doing. Retest, and we'll take it long, or take it short. So already off the bat, I already like this one just by looking at these pairs. 4-hour is bearish, and our daily is bearish, and our weekly is bullish. So we already had this move. And now we need this move. We had the doji. Now we're looking for this wick here. I think this wick here, let me see my chart here. This wick here is the next wick to potentially get filled. Otherwise, we could see a rejection somewhere in here, and this could fill up and continue going up. So as of now, I am waiting for the shift of structure and our entry signal on our lower time frames to take this short. I wanted to get out of our zone. Obviously, we already had the shift of structure. This is today. Bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing. I really just want to get this below our zone. We already are below our 1-hour EMA. I'm already liking this trade. We're just going to wait for it to dig a little deeper. You're already in small. Hell yeah. See, this is a good trade. I like this. I'm going to wait a little bit longer until London, but I do like the neckline retest 4-hour shift of structure, and we're already pushing. Like I said, I would like to see this break, have a 4-hour close way down, would be ideally to have a 4-hour close down here, but if it does that, I don't think we're gonna get that nice pullback like we want. So I'll be looking for, I'd probably wait until this 4-hour closes, probably wait for a pullback. And like I said, I will be taking it to fill this wick. See that one going right there? I'll go back to our higher time frames. All right. Weekly. There's our wick that we were talking about right there. So that's where my take profit will probably be. Let's go on 4-hour again. We got in nice here. Say we got in here above the 4-hour neckline and took it to here. That's a good 1 to 2, 2.5, 2.7, depending on your entry. That's a fairly good trade. And that would be like a day trade. I might be able to hold it for a couple days, but I think that this pair moves fairly quick. So we'll see. So we're gonna put this one waiting for entry. After zone and break, we'll add after zone and break. Yep. Exactly. Next one is USD CAD. Let's go to weekly. What are we looking at here? So weekly is bearish. Weekly is bearish. We are at a strong zone here. And there's another strong zone up here too. Mark this off. Right here. On the weekly. Ooh, don't like that color. That's what I'm looking for. Do one of those here. So I don't know if I would take this pair long if it breaks above this zone and has a weekly candlestick close. Other than that, I don't think I would touch this one. You could see a potential degenerate trade down to the downside. Just looking at the weekly for our daily is way bullish. Look at that. How many days is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days of straight consecutive uptrend. I would wait for the break and retest here. Like I said, I like shorts more than anything on this. I would wait. Yeah. Kind of it's kind of a head and shoulders right here. I'll mark it out a little bit. Not pretty, but I'm going to wait until obviously the break and the retest neckline. I'll take it to short. So that's what I'm waiting for on this one. Just by looking at it. If it keeps continuing up, I will not be trading this for longs. I don't want anything to do with it. Stuck in between these zones because you don't know where you don't have a set take profit. So you could put it up here and it only goes to here. You could put it here and then, and it just pushes up to here and rejects again. So I'm not interested in longs on this one until we're way up here. Then if we do take longs, let's zoom way out here. If we do take longs, I would get in here and first TP would be here, second and third. So just waiting. But mainly looking for the retest for shorts to get in roughly here. Do one of those. How to get this up to here a little bit for a quick 1 to 2. Like so. So we're going to put this one under watching. AUD, USD. If I'm going too fast, let me know. I can slow her down if you have questions about certain ones. So I just want to make sure y'all get this going. AUD, USD. I got a couple alarms on here. Obviously, we haven't hit. This is from last week, waiting for the pullback to take short. I already know that's what I'm waiting for. Just by looking at this, we have obviously huge head and shoulders coming back. We can see the wick came all the way down to the weekly EMA. I'm back waiting for that right shoulder retest, and we'll take this short. So that's what I'm waiting for. On the daily, you can even see it on the daily still. So let's get this out of here. I do have this marked down here from last week because I didn't want them, this little hump here could be a potential right shoulder. So I did have it marked off. As you can see, I had buys here. We didn't take or alert it from last week because it wasn't in like a super strong zone. And it was kind of a gamble. And I don't like gambling. So back to our daily, let's look over again. Yeah. So I'm thinking we'll have a nice solid push. I think this one's going to take 2 weeks. If that, we might see that push all the way up here in a week and a day. Like you have it right here in a day. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. A week later, we had the dump. So that's what I'm looking for too. I'm looking for the push, the consolidation, the break, the retest, and then the dump. And then the end goal would be to take, obviously, if we got in up here, one of these, and then ride this puppy all the way down. And obviously that's our end goal. So we're just waiting on this one to kind of get to our zone. So I'm just going to delete that. I have an alarm up here. I'm bringing it one a little bit lower, but we're gonna put this one in the on the way charts. Next one, GBP AUD. Gotta go to the weekly. Double top formation here. We already broke and we're above, but we could still see the pullback. See here. Weekly is bearish. Daily is bearish. Yeah, daily's bearish. 4 hour is shift there, bearish. Yeah, 4 hours bearish. Higher low, lower low, above the 4 hour. I don't like this one. Actually, I don't like this one at all. Too sloppy. Not enough movement in here. We're kind of stuck in between the sort of zones. We're going to be creating the head and shoulders formation right here. See if we dig it. Could be working on creating that neckline before it comes back and retests this 4 hour zone to go short. But as of now, I don't like where the EMAs are sitting. I don't like where I don't, there's just, it hasn't broken out of this zone. I want it out of here. Get rid of all this extra stuff here. So, yeah, I don't like this one at all. I'm gonna put this down here. Duds. Gone. Get it out of there. AUD NZD. All right. We are currently bullish. Higher high, higher low on the weekly. The daily, we are currently bullish as well. On the 4 hour, we are currently bullish as well. Okay. So far, starting off good. Last week, we had this marked for a break and retest. We're see here, if we zoom in, we had just that. We did not take this trade. It was just a scenario trade. We should have taken it. Played out perfectly. I didn't take it because I didn't like how the 4 hour was bearish. So we'll delete that. But obviously, we're already having that push. So I think this trade might be gone unless we see higher high, higher low. I'm just looking here. See, maybe something like that, maybe. No, maybe yeah, like that, probably. If it comes into that zone. How many pips is this? It's only 6 pips. So yeah, if this comes back, but you can see there's a head and shoulders formation too, but everything's bullish. So we're not looking at the head and shoulder formations. We're not counting them. So if it comes back into this zone and this 4 hour creeps up here like so, then I would be interested in taking the candle closure on this 4 hour, the retest to confirm it. What I'm thinking is we're going to see a closure up here, a retest probably about here. 4 hour, you get in, kind of a big, that's not that big of a stop loss actually. So we get in, probably say there, and we'll just ride it to the highs. So yeah, I like that one. Put a alarm here. An alarm. So yeah. All zone time frames are in sync. Is there around psychological level in there? It's not in our area of interest, but there is a zone here that we could count it as. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I wouldn't. This is a high risk trade. Not because look at their head and shoulders formation. We could see this head down. Just gonna, this is a gamble. Inverted head and shoulders. I actually like this more the more I look at it. Inverted head and shoulders. Right. Break. Here's your retest to go long with the 4-hour EMA, with a daily area of interest, with a 4-hour area of interest. Where's your daily? Where's your daily EMA? Daily EMA is way down there, so we can't count that. Yeah, rejection, doji rejection off of a weekly area of interest. We could see this push, wick up way up here, and then come back and reject. So this is a high risk trade. Kind of like it though. We will put it there. Next one. AUD-CHF. All right. Weekly is bearish. Obviously, we have a double top formation for EMA. EMA, yeah. Area of interest. Go down to our daily. Yeah. Yeah, we have a push. Daily is bearish as well. And 4-hour is bullish. I said daily is bearish. That daily is bearish. 4-hour is bullish. All right. We're pushing. Trying to think. I don't like it. That's confusing. Too much. Too much. Yeah, I don't like it. Junk. NZD CAD. I can see this potential right shoulder just off the weekly already. We get a break and retest dump. I can see us wick up and come down. Had to set up prior 4 out. Look at this daily. Can you see it on the yeah. So we're bearish. As you can see, like I can pull up the line chart if you want, but you can see how it closed below here, making it bearish. Let's go to daily. Daily is bullish. No. Yes. Higher low, lower low. No, no. Higher low, lower low. Because that doesn't count, does it? Yes, it does. Shift to structure, higher low, lower low, shift to structure, higher high, lower high. We are currently bullish on the daily and bullish on the 4-hour. But if we get a higher high, like I said, we're waiting for higher high, higher low, shift to structure, right? Or yeah, we're waiting for the shift to structure, waiting for the higher high, which it's doing, and then boom, and then a shift to structure. Waiting for that head and shoulders formation. That's what we're waiting for. There we go. So I like this one for shorts because if it shifts, otherwise this is gonna push again. Just see, let's go to our weekly chart again. I like the head and shoulders, and that's why I'm looking at shorts. And the weekly is bearish. We had a giant candlestick rejection here a couple weeks ago. So I think we're gonna have that push up and then push down. So, and that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the head and shoulders on the 4 hour to give us the entry signal on the 1 hour for us to take this short. But this is not ready anytime soon. Yeah. Yeah, because we're pushing up on a. Yeah, you have to wait. This one's not ready. So we're gonna put watching on this one. I like it, but it's not, I don't think it's gonna be tradable this week. All right. Get some notes up here. All these dots. What are all these dots for? All right. CAD or GBP CAD. GCAD. We are currently almost at the highest point. I'm still waiting for a price to come all the way up before we can hit short sells on it. You can obviously tell this is a strong zone here with a huge rejection candle. So daily is bearish, weekly is bullish, higher high, higher low. 4 hour is, well, if what is it? 4 hour is currently still bearish, but if this candlestick closes above here, we are shifting bullish. But like I said, this could be a potential head and shoulders neckline retest right here. So what I'm waiting for on this 4 hour is 4 hour to kind of pull up here like so. And then obviously the shift of structure. Because here is a higher high, higher low. Unless you want to count it down here, but I'm gonna count this because 1, 2, 3. It's just, you can tell there's a zone right here. So, but I'm gonna wait for the shift to come down. Let's see what else. I also like that there's a double top formation here. Like I said, we played this. We tried to play it last week. This is where we took that that small loss on our account. We tried to play it off the 4 hour, off, and we took it off the 1 hour. See, we took it right here when it broke, and then retested, and that's when we took this trade. So, and then it just came back and kept going and going and going and going. So we're gonna try it again when it gets below. You can see you can even see it here, the 1 hour zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't play on the 1 hour or use zones. That was news too. That was news last week. That would make sense. Because I got it and that thing just wrecked us. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for I want to get it below the 4 hour again. So we're gonna push it up here. Then we have a break, and then we're gonna have a retest. I like how I like this. I like the double top formation. And I like this huge rejection candle. I like the doji. So I want to see this daily close as a potential doji as well. We might see it push, whatever. But if we can get another doji and it just dumps again, that'd be awesome. And that we'll be looking for that break of that 4 hour zone, break below the neckline of the double top, have a 4 hour candle close, retest 1 hour, shift to structure, whatever, engulfing, and we'll take sells from here to here. So we're gonna be putting this one on our watching. Euro USD. If you have any questions, like I said, please ask. If I'm going too fast, if it doesn't make sense, let me know. So Jesus. So all right, next one, Euro USD. So we're looking at our weekly chart here. Our weekly is currently I'm gonna say bullish still, unless we count this. I'm gonna say bearish. Technically, we are bearish, but like this is a year ago. Higher high, higher low. But you don't really want to play that. But I'm gonna say bearish. I'm gonna say bearish on the weekly here. You're still holding? Let's go. If you got it up here, that's freaking awesome. I think we talked about this last week, didn't we? I think you asked me about it. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, see that here's that little pullback that I was telling you about last week. Then I'm still waiting for it to come back up here and retest this zone. Yeah, for this daily EMA to come in here and swoop in here, and then the 4 hour. We're already coming up on the 4 hour here on a 4 hour area of interest. So I'm gonna put my alarm. Put my alarm about right here and wait for an entry in this one. But I do think, like I said, I do think we're gonna pull up a little bit higher, potentially pull up a little bit higher. See this? There's even on the daily chart, you can see there's some sort of zone here, like that we were talking about last week. So this is a potential move to keep heading to the downside. Last TP would be obviously down to here on your weekly area of interest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This wick, I would believe, will get filled. This wick will get filled. Yeah. We're gonna have I don't think we're gonna have a pullback all the way up here. If they do, that's kind of crazy, but I definitely do see a potential pullback to this weekly zone before we sell off again. But at the moment, not really interested. So we're just gonna actually I will put it there. USD CHF. Weekly is higher high, higher low. Still holding buys on this. That's good, yeah. I'm looking for buys too. I'm looking for that pullback with the inverted head and shoulders on the weekly here. Boom, boom, inverted head and shoulders. You can even say, instead of putting it there, you can put that inverted head and shoulders over here. Here's your inverted head and shoulders. Come back and retest. I'm waiting for, obviously I got it marked out right here. Waiting for the little bit of a pullback that will get into this 4 hour EMA. There's a 4 hour zone right here. I want to see us pull back into this zone really quick. I have a shift to structure again. See, obviously I want to break. 4 hour goes bearish, shift, break, goes bullish, retest, take off. And I'll take this long. I'll do one of these. And I'll be like that. Then somehow we got a 1 to 8. So that is what I'm waiting for on USD CHF. This is a good hold. If you're still in it, that's a good hold. Like I said, I'm still waiting for a pullback, but it is a good pair. Euro NZD. All right. What are we looking at here? Weekly is bullish. Daily is bullish as well. Actually, daily is bearish. Daily's bearish. And 4 hour is bearish. We didn't take this trade. What is it? Weekly is bullish. Yeah. Good to see a head and shoulders formation there. Last week, don't need that, don't need that. 4 hour. Here's a head and shoulders formation right here. And here's your break on your daily. You can see here's your break right there. Here's your retest. This could be ready to go. Let's see here. It's high. Is it high risk? Is there a zone right there? Yeah. Round psychological level, head and shoulders formation, 4-hour EMA. What does our 1 hour look like? 1 hour is, if this closes below here and below this 1 hour EMA out of this 4-hour area of interest, 30 minutes is bearish. Shift to structure already happened with an engulfing, but we are having some rejection candles off this 30-minute EMA. I would like to see us get to get below this 30-minute, close below the 1 hour. Head and shoulders. This might be our trade right here. Yeah, I agree. Head and, like I said, here's your head and shoulders on the daily. Daily head and shoulders, right shoulder break, retest, huge rejection off this zone up here at a weekly area of interest. What are we looking at? Are we repeating this? I need to see it underneath. Yeah. Yeah, if we took this, it'd be maybe just above those wicks just to be safe. TP1. And maybe tuck it in a little bit more. Let's see here. Yeah, this move right here. I think this move right here is happening all over again. We got a 1 to 6 on this one. So with, yeah, we can bring our to the candlestick wicks. We could run it to here, right there. Look at that zone. That's a 1 to 6 again, right there. Even if we cut it short, that's a 1 to 5.5. I like this trade. I like this trade a lot. This might be our trade. We're gonna put this right. We're gonna put this in our active trades because I think we're gonna take this tonight. It's still a little too early for me to take it now. If it was like 10 o'clock, 8, 9 or 10 o'clock, I would take it, but I like this a lot. We're gonna set an alarm here so we don't forget about it. I have a good feeling about this one. I like that. Break below zone, retest neckline. You can see the head and shoulders a little bit better. Or if you didn't like that one, there's a little weird, funky one right there with a break and retest under the 4-hour here. I'll draw it out for you. Right there, head and shoulders. Right. The rejection, or if you didn't like that, if you didn't want it to be like that, you could even do this and make it a funky, weird head and shoulders like so. It took a little too long, but you can definitely see once I pull it up. Boom, right here. Boom, right here. But if you do a big head and shoulders, you can clearly see the break. If you can't see this break of structure right here, boom, break, retest, neckline, retesting, round psychological level, even on the 4-hour EMA. This is the trade. I like this one a lot. This one's getting me all excited. Oh, yeah. I keep an eye on this one. Yeah, Euro NZD, guys. Set your alarms. Be paying attention. All right, next one. GU. Let's go to our weekly here. Daily. Weekly is bearish. Daily is bearish. 4-hour neckline. Not 4-hour. Daily EMA. Weekly area of interest. Right, testing a zone. 4-hour. 4-hour is bullish. Waiting for the break with a rejection around psychological level in there. Oh shit, yes there is. Right there. Oh, let's click on it. Add a confluence in there. Rejection, 4-hour EMA. I do want to see a higher high produced. Break structure and retest. Take short. This one, you're looking at wherever that higher high is created. GN alarms are going off. I think we just looked at GN. That's way down there. Yeah, that could be a crazy trade. We'll probably only take it today though. Does that make sense, guys? I know that one was kind of a shitty explanation, but if you can see it, you can literally see it, what it's doing, what it wants to do. So you just got to wait. Be patient. It's only Sunday. The market just opened 2 hours ago. Well, almost 3 hours ago, but head and shoulders. Yeah. All right, we're going to put this one in our watching. USD JPY. I personally do not like the JPY pairs at all. And I could care less to trade them. If you want to know the truth, I have them on my list because I used to trade them. But after all this right here, and then this just massive dump, it's dumb. Yeah. It was dumb. Oh, you're 1-7 on UJ. Yeah. It's just not. I know people who are very good at trading UJ, and I just can never give it the time of my life. Never really give it anything. So, like, yeah, look at this. I took an L on this trade right here. I don't know if I took an L on this one or not. I don't know. Oh, don't even want to look at it. Gone. GJ. If I were to take it, it needs to come back into my zone down here. That's what I'm just looking at. Yeah. I don't like it. I want it to be down in here. We had the break. Inverted head and shoulders. Now we need the retest down in here. So I'll put an alarm. Well, that's what I'm waiting for. AJ, it's the same thing. Same thing. But I don't like that consolidation. I mean, I could see a push here. I could see the push just because, but daily's bearish. 4-hour is bearish, bullish. 4 hours bullish, rejection, 4-hour EMA, push. I don't care. Don't like it. Like Euro CAD. Strong zone, yeah, look at that. But it's been consolidating. How many pips is this? What's the biggest move there? 200 almost 300 pips. It's a fairly big. It's a very big move, I guess. I don't like. I can't. I don't like the weekly. How the weekly's looking, and the daily's bearish. Or 4 hours bearish. Daily is bearish. Bullish. Bullish. I don't like it. Is that too big? Head and shoulders. But we're bullish, so it doesn't matter. Head and shoulders don't work. Neckline retest. Is a run psychological level in there? There it is. That's crazy. I don't know. I could see this going either direction, honestly. But if I took it, I don't think the risk reward would. I mean, obviously, it would be immaculate if our stop loss is that small, but make it that small. You know what? I'm gonna throw this up here. Actually, just like this. Say we took it right now. I'm not taking it, but say we did. Put it right there. Stop loss here. Back to the daily. Tuck this in here. Ah, we'll check back next week and see what this is. But for now, junk. NZDCHF. Still waiting for the same thing. Head and shoulders neckline retest. Daily's bearish. Weekly is way bearish. It's not in our way. Like I said, remember we talked about this last week for the push up. So take the neckline or take the right shoulder and we'll take the short. We're still waiting. Do I ever use the fib? Not anymore. Not anymore. We're still waiting on this head and shoulders here. From lessons from the same trade from last week. Still waiting for that retest. Market, you can see it's still doing the same thing. It's already above the 4 hour. We're going to have that push to the upside to create that right shoulder. For now, don't want it. Euro CHF. Weekly bearish. I don't like it. Consolidation. This ain't barely moving. But I've taken this trade a lot. Like this is like this trade right here. This was my biggest trade I've ever taken. So I took $500 and I made $11,000 off this trade right here. So if I would have held it, imagine if I would have held this thing. That'd have been nasty. So like I said, I still think this is things we're still chasing lows. And I believe we're still chasing this low. But like I said, I'm still waiting for it. I'm waiting to try to get back into it. I can't just jump into it knowing that thinking it's gonna fill this wick. And I know it is. I think it is. But when is it? It's already way too low. If I would have just held this one and set and forget that thing, yeah, literally day after day after day, it dumped. So, but for now, I don't like it. AUDCHF. Weekly bullish. Daily is bearish. We have a head and shoulders formation here. I'm gonna wait. Yeah. I have an alarm set from here from last week too, I believe, for it to break, retest, and head to the downside. But for now, don't like it. And let's put it here. CAD CHF. Now we're getting to the pairs that I don't really normally trade because you see a lot of this. They're at their lowest points. So this get kind of quick. I don't use these things. I don't even know why they're on there. Head and shoulders formation, right shoulder. I kind of actually like this now. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the one right there on the daily. Nope, wrong color. Head and shoulders, right shoulder, 4 hours. 4 hour look like 4 hour is bullish. Daily is bullish. I don't like it. CHF, JPY. Oh, that'd have been nice if I would have took that one. Rid of that. Daily 4 hour. Don't like it. CAD, JPY. I said I don't like the JPY pairs at all. The only one that I kind of liked was the GJ there. This could push. This could push down, but head and shoulders, neckline retest. Shift to structure on the 4 hour. Daily is. Daily is. Don't like it. EJ. EJ. Inverted head and shoulders. On the weekly is bullish. Yeah, I'm waiting for it. I already have it marked up. Exactly. Here's a head and shoulders formation. Now we just need a break below all. We need a candlestick closure below all this structure but crap. And a break and retest, and I'll take it to the weekly. Why the weekly? Because here's an inverted head and shoulders, and we're taking it. This is a degen trade. Yeah, definitely. I take this and freaking hopefully for the best that she flies back up. Yeah, 4 hour head and shoulders daily. 4 hour is currently bearish. 4 hours. Yeah. Yeah, I want to get it below. Wait a little bit longer for extra confirmations. So I'm just gonna watch that one. Euro, GBP. Weekly is bearish. Head and shoulders. I don't like this one because look how low it is. There's nothing really out here. Some people get really nasty trades off this stuff. But where do I set my TP? I mean, obviously, I'd set it at the next structure point, but which is right here. Well, it's right here, actually. You could have taken it off this head and shoulders right here with that retest neckline. Another head and shoulders with a rejection off the daily below the 4 hour. Yeah, I agree. This pair sucks. I mean, obviously, I see this thing keep pushing down. No, if I were to take it, it would have been up here on that neckline retest. I think it's too far gone. And I don't want, yeah, that giant candlestick wick up there. If I were to take it, that's what it would have been. Boom. And I'm sure that was I'm sure that was news that created that. So I don't even think I would have taken that. Taking sells. New data like a lower low. Well, on the daily, it did create a lower low. See right there? I mean, on the daily, there is a head and shoulders formation. A weekly. I just don't like that it's literally just floating in the middle of nowhere. Like the market has been literally just dumping and dumping and dumping and dumping. There's nothing here for it. You can't, and this was 2 years ago, before the last time it was at this level. Yeah, April of 22. So do you really want to try to use this data that's 2 years old? I don't. I mean, it could respect it, and it could do just keep dumping, and then they look back like we could see it come all the way back down here, and we're gonna be thinking, "Dang, we should have took it when we were looking at back here." But on the monthly chart, even on the monthly chart, look at this. We're at a strong zone on the monthly chart, and we haven't even made. Look at this is a full month right here. This is a full month. Look what it's doing. Look what it's doing. Look at this zone. Yeah, no thanks. We could see a push back up for Pete's sake next month. In the months, I mean, we have 11 days left in this month. What do you think is going to happen? I don't know. Yeah, I want nothing to do with that. NZD, USD. We're in the middle of nothing again here. Higher high, higher low, or lower high, lower low. On the weekly, bearish. Daily is bearish. This is the trade from 2 weeks ago. Is it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. That's still waiting to play out. That's how slow this pair is moving. No thanks. GBPCHF. Head and shoulders, rejection, break, retest. Or above the weekly EMA at a weekly area of interest. We have rejection, but we also have rejection from up here. Daily is bearish. How long ago was that? Okay. Daily's bearish, 4 hour. Bullish. Bullish, 4 hour. Weekly's bearish as well. Bearish, 4 hour bullish. Don't like it. Next time I would miss it. Yeah. GN. All right. I think this is the alarm that we just had go off. Oh, that was AN that just went off. Actually, we'll look at that. We'll look at that afterwards. Let's get this shit out of here. Weekly is a bullish. Daily is bearish, bullish. Daily's bullish. Higher high, higher low. Having a nice rejection around psychological level in here. 4 hour is bearish, bullish, higher high, higher low, lower low, shifted structure, lower high, higher high. 4 hours pushing. I would want to see it break and get above. I don't know. I really don't know if I like this one a whole lot, actually. Yeah. Yes, Patrick. Give me a second here. That's a good question. Yeah, I don't like GN. NZD JPY. Weekly is bullish. Weekly is bullish. Daily is bullish. Is it? Yeah, daily's bullish. 4 hour is bearish. I don't like this one at all. Nope. No, thank you. All right, so let's go over our watch list quick. We have Euro NZD. What we really liked. We want this for sells. This one can be ready tonight. Or waiting for the 4 hour candlestick to close. We want it below the 1 hour EMA and below the 30-minute EMA with a break. And then we're going to wait for that retest during London. Euro AUD. We're also looking for sells. We want it to break below our zone here, our area of interest. We already have a nice rejection off of 4 hour EMA with a neckline retest here. You can see it. I'll point it out one more time. Neckline break. Here's the retest. The retest is at the 4 hour EMA, 4 hour neck at the neckline. Now we're just waiting for the break. We're just waiting for the break of our weekly zone and a retest. AN, our alarm just went off for AN. I don't think it's, like I said, 7 p.m. It's still early, but I think it's doing exactly what we want. We come back, rejected that 1 hour. So we're going to wait till this next 1 hour closes and then potentially look for buys. As you can see, we already have a massive engulfing. Massive engulfing. Now we're getting the retest here. We want this. We want it to be, we'll take the entry above the EMA. We don't want to take entries below EMAs. All right. Anthony, do you think you can explain what makes a valid candlestick rejection compared to a bad candlestick rejection for the confluence checklist? What makes a good candlestick and a bad candlestick rejection? Okay. Yes. See if I can find one here to kind of explain it. Well, obviously, we'll just look here. Rejection, 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 EMA. And see how it's constantly rejecting. This right here, I would say this is a great candlestick rejection. See how the wick came up, touched the EMA, and rejected, and then closed bearish. That's a huge candlestick rejection. And then see how the next candle came up, retested the top of that candle, basically retested the EMA again. And if you were to get in this trade, this is where you'd get in at the top of that candle and continue the dump. So that's what I would say would be a good rejection, if that kind of makes sense. That's a huge rejection. That's a bad example. So this is also a good rejection, but it looks a lot different from this one, right? How this one closed bearish. This is also a good rejection too. I would say a rejection is when it rejects it. Any rejection is good, but if, say, this candlestick closed right on top of the EMA, I wouldn't say that. I would say that's a rejection like this one right here. That's not a good rejection. That's right here. It rejected, but it closed above the EMA. It closed on top of the EMA. That's not a good rejection. Here, it went up, and then rejected it. That's a good rejection. And here's the retest, and then look at here's the dump that follows. Not a good rejection, good rejection, come back, retesting, dump. Good rejection. That makes sense. See, this is a good rejection, but it's I wouldn't count it as a rejection because it closed above the EMA. You kind of it's kind of hard to it's not hard to explain, but it's preference. What do you feel good about it? Like, does that rejection look like okay? That looks strong. Let's see here. Let's find another one. These are all bad ones. This rejected. Try to get something close. See here, right here. What is this? What is this formation called? Frick, I can't even see it. Evening star, or whatever it's called, where it comes up rejected, hammer stick candle, doji confirmation, and then rejection. See this right here is a prime example of a good rejection. You come up, candlestick close below with a wick, and then the next candle. Look at this, is a 4-hour candle. Came back, rejected the area of interest. Candlestick closed without going above, with a rejection again, back into the area of interest. So, like I said, a rejection is what you feel comfortable rejected. I mean, to me, this is a huge rejection. I wouldn't have taken, obviously, I wouldn't have taken buys into this as the market's bearish, but I'm trying to find a good example. Where do I take a trade off of the EMA? Kind of hard. Yeah, here's a rejection. Say let's do the replay here. What was I looking at? What was I looking at when I took these trades? Let's press play. See, here's that rejection candlestick. See how it went up, rejected, and then closed. See, evening star formation right there. Went up, rejected the EMA. That's a good rejection. That's a doji. It's a what is they call that? The hammer candle. Hammer candles up top. I don't know my candle names. I just know what they look like. 4-hour inverted hammer. Yeah. If you only included round psychological levels, and you check this there. Yes, I only include round psychological level if they're in my area of interest. Other than that, they don't matter. I mean, if they're say round cycle, my area of interest is right here, right there, right, and or my area of interest, and then round psychological level is like right there. I might just kind of do one of those. But other than that, if my EMA or my area of interest is down here and the round psychological level is up here, obviously you're not going to include that. You're not going to have, an area of interest that big. That doesn't make any sense. You're trying to find the tightest area to take your entry. So, but here's a rejection below where I entered my scale in. Obviously, went right in the drawdown. And then here's that inverted hammer, rejection candle, dump on the 1 hour. Rejected so you can see it, rejected the 1 hour EMA with a candlestick closure, inverted hammer right there. Where we took the entry on that inverted hammer rejection. And boom. We went into a little bit of drawdown as soon as it ended, but does that make sense? Last question. But could you go over what you would consider a good rejection for a previous structure point? Previous structure point. Yes, I can do that too. Let's get out of this crap. I'm lost. Daily. There we go. So previous structure point rejection is when a pair comes back to the previous structure point. So you see, let's do here. How do you get the previous structure point? Well, obviously, right here, rejection, previous structure point right here. Do the snake trick, first corner, second corner. Second corner is your previous structure point. So this had a rejection off the previous structure point right there, which also was an air. See, trying to see if is this yeah, that previous structure point talking about was also the same zone that double top formation was at. So that's your previous structure point. You how to find it? Do the snake trick that you were taught right here. Find the lower low, come back up, second bend. That's your previous structure point. So rejection off the previous structure point is, oh shoot, is when your pair came back, retested the previous structure point. See how it came back, rejected that previous structure point? If you look in here, there's wicks. We got in on this wicks 2 weeks ago, rejecting the previous structure point. So down in the 4 hour, previous structure point on the daily time frame, came back in, we came in and took this. Does that make sense? I know it's not the best explanation because I'm not the best at explaining, but this is a perfect example of a rejection from the previous structure point. Previous structure point, boom, snake trick, second turn, rejection. See how the wicks come back into the highs here and reject it. Okay. Other than that, that's okay. That's what I'm looking at for the week. That makes sense. We don't need any of this. So our main focus is Euro NZD, Euro AUD, and AUD NZD. Those are my pairs. And then we're just keeping an eye on these ones here. This could be a good play. Yeah. Could be a good week. This one's already looking like it's going to be great. So look at that. Yeah. What percentage I risk? Do I risk on a swing? On my account that we're currently working on, I'm only risk 20%. I might, if I like EN, I might risk a little bit more because I do like it. So, but I don't go over 50%. Yeah, same as gold. Exactly. Yeah. We try to stay in the 20 to 30% because if you take a loss, 20% is gonna suck, but it's not gonna take you out of the game. Like if you took a 50% loss, that's gonna put you back 2 weeks. Like if I lost 50% right now on our account, we'd be back at $1,000. And we'd be back at week 1. So we don't want to do that. I'm okay with losing 20% because we can make 20% back in our gold scalps. So Luke, are you trading gold this week? We trade gold every single week. We're gonna try to bring gold's gonna be we trade gold until we find a swing. And once we find a swing, we slow off the gold because our swings are money maker. Like if you swing and you're taking you risk 500, you swing for 2 to 5, you're making $1,500 right there. So same bro I had last time and I back it up. This is working. Yes. I am gonna stop recording